Alright, today's guide, not on Overload, it's on Railline, today's daily. However, the health and damage of the enemies is still the same as normal, so that's going to be the same. Then here's the build that I like to run. Got the Explosive Bleed, the Spotter Support, so when your teammates mark something, you can get rounds on their marks and yours as well. Also, you can stack marks with you marking an enemy and a teammate marking an enemy. It will double drop on them, which is pretty nice. Or I can't remember how many times it will stack, but I think you can get two teammates to mark it and you mark it. You will get 3 drops, but I can't remember how high that will stack. Then custom boom, just to make the boom more powerful. Grenade satchel for if you run out of booms or if you don't run with a locker. And then lastly, officer's prerogative for ultimate damage, because you need those 6 additional rounds for you to have enough damage to just instantly get your ult back. When it comes to what grenades to buy, you could buy either incendiaries or frags. I buy frags so then I can use them for wave 1, as well as give them to teammates to blow themselves up if if they need it. You could also buy incendiaries and give your teammates a bunch of incendiaries. So there's that. So early waves, I like to just use my frags and my chainsaw. We got lambents. So, a couple guys around here. Toss a frag out. It didn't hit this juvie. But, you can just run around with the chainsaw for a bit. Oh, so right here, I kind of just trapped myself. If I were to do this, though, now I'm dead. Oh, never mind. That was interesting. But so one thing you can do if you meat shield lambents is you can stick a frag on them, or not a frag, but like a flashbang or something, and get them away. I'm trash. That was embarrassing. Alright, well, we got 1 enemy marked, 2 enemies. Never mind. I do like to ult wave 1, and when it comes to your ult, you don't need to active when there's not a boss. If there's not a boss, you don't really need to pop the active, and it's kind of better to not active because you don't want too much damage to where you just completely kill the enemy. Then you won't get any bleed off, and you don't get any ult charge back. You could run officer's prerogative,
Confirmed
but
kill, not officer's prerogative.
I'm not a big fan of officer's prerogative. I don't feel like you need it. So then you can run a different card slot.
Energy tap upgraded.
We've got 30 seconds to regroup.
I think this game... Nope, I will be depositing. And then after I get my locker, I'll give my money to the tactician. That way I can get my explosives from him.
You're coming with me.
So with the boom shot, if an enemy's close to you, you just want to shoot behind or beside them, and then you'll be fine. Like, see this juvies right here, and I shoot behind, and then it kills them, and I'm perfectly safe.
Also, don't be a fucking idiot and stand in the open chainsawing.
Right there, I was just kind of being stupid. Fun fact with the poppers, if they're about to blow up, I didn't get to show it off, but if they're about to blow up and you chainsaw them, it will increase the amount of time that it takes for the explosion to come off, so then you can chainsaw them, get away. So in some cases you can just save the team with a chainsaw on those poppers. With grenades, you don't want to be doing this. Doing this takes a lot of time and you're exposed during that, but if you just free throw it like this, then you're not exposed, like at all. Only your hand is, and that's not very common for enemies that hit your hand. When you only have one grenade, I'll go ahead and show off this real quick. So if you have one grenade and you want to kill yourself, you can just run up to an enemy, have them kill you, or you can stick them, and then you blow yourself up and them. That's another reason why I kind of like frags, is because if I end up throwing too many during the wave, I can just have one and then blow myself up.
Just what I needed.
If your NG doesn't upgrade your locker, just try and be patient. Eventually they probably will. And you can mark your locker, you can shoot it if you really want it to be upgraded. And then if they don't upgrade it within, like, I don't know, a good amount of time, then, and you have power, you can upgrade it yourself. I've seen that have to happen before. But most of the time, try and trust your engineer. Or just let them know, you know.
Time's up. Here they come.
And with how many marks it takes to ult, like, don't try to stress 5 marks. Because you won't always get 5 marks and then drop it. A lot of the times when you try to get 5, you'll take too long marking, and then it just makes you get killed. Most of the time, just a few marks is all you need to get a good amount of ult charge. I messed up there. But I don't have my locker level 4, so I'm not full on ammo, so I can just use my grenades. And just practice free throwing. You can do this in a custom PvP match and turn the weapons to only frags, and then you can just go run around, pick up the frags, and then, you know, practice your free throws. Probably best doing it with other people, so then you can test yourself at different ranges, but you could also do it without. And just think about where you want to throw it to. Then for perks, the most important perk on demo is definitely cooldown. Then if you are running lockerless demo, then you can run ammo regen. Like right now, like NG has a lot of money but hasn't upgraded my locker to 4. So I'll just go ahead and, you know, leave a reminder. Or actually, yeah, I remember the gunner said he wanted a locker. Alright, so on boss waves, why is it A to pick up my weapon? What the? My control. I don't know what happened there. But anyway, against bosses, you want to active whatever explosive weapon you have proficiencies with, such as your boom shot or your GL. So I got the Sentinel marked. Try and mark 2 enemies. Alright. Sentinel standing still. Or flying still. One shot the Sentinel. You don't want to fire your boom when you're standing normally, because you'll have a high chance of blowing yourself up by hitting the cover. You can kind of shoot through cover when you're in it. Against Sentinels, you want to try and find a map terrain that you can shoot. If not, then you'll have to manually shoot it. But it can be really helpful to just shoot the wall behind it or above it. Sometimes they fly low enough to where you can also shoot just the floor and it'll hit them, which is pretty nice. I can't see that sniper.
Sniper, watch your head.
Dang, 1 a.m.
Now again.
Tap online.
Got it.
Sweet.
Weapons locker upgrade.
Oops, I meant to say thanks. He didn't get the gunner locker though.
Let's go.
I wouldn't be mad if the gunner bought his own locker. Alright, so here I heard a guardian, I think.
Got it.
Set that thing for a field goal. Keep me destroyed.
Alright, almost got my ult. But I don't have my active. Doesn't really matter though, since
Kick ass. Ready to roll.
there's no bosses.
Standing by. For the cock.
Drone elite mark. That's it for now. Throwing flag. One dead truck.
Greetings.
Using the frags here as I should since my ammo count is low.
Careful.
Come at me, you bastard!
Monster mash.
Fire in the hole.
Gonna blow myself up, get a new boom.
Yeah, looks good there.
Well, hello.
Sniper spotted.
So, for a second weapon as demo, you could go for the GL or the torque bow or drop shot, you know, whatever explosive weapon you want. The cool thing about the torque bow is with the ammo regen, you can get a pretty substantial amount of shots back from it. So you can fire off some torques, run through your booms, fire off some more torques. Like whenever you need a torque bow, you'll have one. But because I have a tactician, I think I might just go for the GL. Then with the GL, you could definitely perk up your assault rifle damage if you want to. It's not necessary. Your crit damage does not really work for your ultimate or your GL. Like if you were to GL a snatcher or something, the critical hits don't actually increase your damage. They just show up as critical. So I blow myself up with the boom shot, so then I spawn back with another boom shot, and I put them on my locker, so then you can swap in between boom shots.
The power of the cock.
And then when you don't have a locker, you could also blow yourself up with grenades or something to get your ammo back.
Eyes on target.
If you come back at the start of a wave, you'll have full ammo, and if you get spawned back mid-wave, you'll have half your ammo.
Come on, think of your training.
That's what it's done, baby.
Just trying to get one more mark here. Alright, I got a few marks.
And on to the next.
Reject spotted. Barrier repaired. I'm locked and loaded.
Can't believe that reject lived that boom.
Tap empty. Energy tap upgraded.
Clear for now.
So cooldown's most important because, you know, just ultimate cycling on the bosses, because you can ult them, get your ult back instantly, and just do that until they fall over.
Barrier repaired.
Good to go.
Go ahead and get grenades here.
I'll take that.
They're mainly late game. The frags are just in case if I run out of ammo and I get stuck in a spot. So it's just a good habit to kind of have them. Certain maps you could get pushed into a corner away from your locker, and then having the grenades will help you have something else to do damage if you run out of ammo. Right here there's a lot of heavy stuff, so I definitely am looking to ult. I got 3 marks out, so I just hit it. It did not go on the Guardian though.
Guardian.
I'll take that.
Here we go.
Guardian's down.
Incoming frag.
So with the boom shot, when you're trying to aim with it, you mainly just want to, you know, shoot beside the enemy as close as you can to them. And then if you can't, like, shoot them, just shoot beside them. You can wait for them to get near a wall or something. Like this bolter, I just shot behind him and it'll kill him. Cool thing about the boom, I'll, in the YouTube video, show a clip of this Boomshot Scion shooting my anchor shield, and then it hit the side wall and ricocheted behind me. Because there's a thing when you shoot the Boomshot, it kind of shoots twice. So right here, you can kind of see it. There's a little explosion right there. I'll try to do it again. Yeah, you can see 2 explosions. And it's kind of a ricochet, also kind of just like goes forward. It is kind of random, because I've done the same exact shot, but it ricochets in a different spot. But if I were to shoot this ceiling here, it ricocheted off the top up there and hit down here. You can see the explosion right there and there. So double shotting's pretty stupid and cool at the same time. It can make you kill yourself, but it can also give you a lot of kills.
Gimme, gimme, gimme.
Barrier upgraded.
So like if I were to shoot this ceiling,
Barrier deployed.
see there was an explosion just in the middle of the air right there because of the double shot.
Now we're talking.
So boss wave, I'm gonna mainly be trying to get my active here. I want my active with the boom shot, and if you don't have an active but you have ammo, you can just quickly shoot the boom shot, and you know you can get your active, because when you expend the magazine, it gives you your active back. But I got my active now, so I'm good. Both the bosses are marked, or well, a boss and a heavy, so I just dropped it. Then I can get my ultimate back quickly from this carrier and send guardian. Almost got my ult. Just get that guardian and carrier. Now I need to start marking these heavy enemies. Got my ult back. And as you can see, you know, you just cycle your ult and kind of spam it on them until they fall.
Yeah, I'll take that.
So demo definitely is the easiest to kill bosses, because you just active and then ult.
Energy tap upgraded.
After you mark them, of course. Now with marking, you can use really whatever weapons you want, but if you want to be like really efficient about it, you could use your pistol and mark with that, because with your pistol you not only have the zoom to help you mark, and that even works with the repair tool if you have that. Then it just really helps mark with this, because sometimes with the boom shot it acts all weird when you mark.
Got it.
Hopefully that makes sense. I'm sure if you play demo, you'll know how the boom doesn't like to mark, but when you swap to other weapons, it works just fine. I hear a boomer, so I'm going over to this side, but I'm also making sure I don't get too close to my teammates.
Here we go.
Now I'm just looking for marks.
Enemy force.
With bastions, you can just shoot the shield and it'll kill the bastion.
Mine.
I did not need to ult there. I thought that more enemies were going to be marked.
Energy tap full.
Tap empty. Energy tap upgraded.
Get ammo regen, even though I do have a tactician, so I don't really need it. But just in those certain scenarios, it does help to have it, so I do pick it up. And we're fine on power. We have 37,000 in the fabricator. It's way more than enough. I think I might, in fact, buy a locker because the mechanic hasn't, and that salvo keeps going on there. Trying to hit the big enemies to get my ult charge.
I should have just shot again and got a new boom, because this took way too long to kill
I
the
hit
Bastion
the Bastion with a boom, but it didn't do full damage. Not too sure why.
because you're
I'm
trash.
just gonna pop my ultimate because I seen the Warden. With the Warden, I'll get a good amount of ult charge. I actually didn't because the Tactician was doing a good job of killing him.
Oh yeah.
Two left.
Energy tap full.
Tap empty. Energy tap upgraded.
I will be
Now let's get ready for more.
just getting this locker here. As I said earlier, you know, sometimes the NG doesn't get around to things or just doesn't know. And I mean, we have plenty of power. Power drain's off, so I went ahead and bought it.
Sweet.
Wave 11, and I almost have my ult. If I get my ultimate quick enough, I can use it. But if I don't get it very quick, which it's almost there, so 1, maybe 2 booms, and I'll get it. And that's okay for me to use my ultimate, because I can just get it back from the rest of the wave. Like, there's a Warden here, and I mark 1 more enemy. I ult him. And then now I spend the rest of the wave getting my ultimate back. And then I should have it for wave 12. Yeah, right now I almost have my ultimate back. And it's towards the end of the wave. So I perfectly ulted this wave and got it back for wave 12. Now I'm going to hold back on my booms so that they can refill and just toss my frags.
Stay dead, grubs.
Frag out.
Now my booms are sitting there regenerating their ammo for the last wave
Spotted.
or boss wave. It's applicable for both. Then also if you're on the last wave, like I just used a GL, so I can just go buy a new GL.
Yeah, I'll take that.
So then I'll have all 3
Tap empty.
because my ammo regen might not get around to it. And again, it's the last wave, so I can just buy a boom shot and then not have to worry about consuming one.
Good to go. Gimme, gimme, gimme.
Now for the boss waves, you just really want to go look and mark those bosses. You can mark them with anything. One thing I will say, marking with grenades is actually really good, but it's pretty risky.
Engaging.
So we got a Swarmok here. Swarmoks, you just ult them until they die, like every boss.
Eyes on target.
I'm going to try and get this carrier marked here. There we go. Lots of marks. Against the Swarmok, you just try and shoot the blisters with your boom and get your ultimate back from the blisters. And then pop your ult whenever you have it. I didn't have an active there, but I wanted to do it just in case. I got my ultimate back. I'm going to hit my active. Now I need to get my ultimate for the carrier. And also to finish off this Swarmok. Gonna consume this boom. I got the blister. Both bosses are marked. Pop the ult. Got the blister again. Pop the ult.
Got one.
Yeah, as you can see, it was not too bad. I definitely could have done better on that Swarmok. Against the Swarmok, I didn't active, and that active that I missed definitely cost the time to kill on that Swarmok. If I had actived against that Swarmok, he would have died sooner, and the whole match would have been a bit safer because the Swarmok got right next to the base. But luckily, we were able to damage stun him because when you pop the blister, they get stunned. Here are the stats. 3.5 million. And then here's the ribbons. Then I'll go ahead and go over some possible card combinations and such. One thing I don't know if I have a clip for is Concussive Strike. Concussive Strike is really a good card. It doesn't stun most bosses like the way other stuns do, because a matriarch won't actually sit there stunned for 11 seconds most of the time. She'll just not care about your demolition stun. But other enemies will definitely be stunned the whole 11 seconds. And then the greatest thing about this card is that it has its own range. So when you drop your ultimate, it will stun enemies that are far away that didn't even get touched by your ultimate. So this is a pretty darn good support card. Custom Lancer GL just gives you more GL damage. It's pretty good. Bullet Boost works with the GL, so you GL one enemy, then your next GL is going to do more. Or you Boom Shot, you ult, you throw grenades, then your GL is going to be doing a lot of damage. Then you stack these together, plus your perk. It's a lot of GL damage, which is good if you're running with a tactician or you get another locker full of GLs. Confirmed kill. It's preference. Like I said, that game, I don't feel like you need it, but I know a lot of people do like it. I'm not a fan myself. This is the build I like. And then Grenade Satchel is the rotator card where you could do your concussive, your confirmed kill, your bullet boost, custom lancer, or that's really about it. I don't recommend GL Mastery very much because you shouldn't really be shooting, but if you are and you're running a full GL build, you can definitely run these 3 cards to get as much GL damage as possible. Then Launcher Mastery, it's a bad card because it'll just ruin your... You'll get used to the big active bar, and then that becomes a problem because when you don't have that card, it's not as good. Good kill. It's only really good if you have some sort of class that's really close to enemies you're killing that need ammo boxes, like possibly a Blade Master with Brutal Claw, I guess, or an Infiltrator. So, but not typically a card you want to run, but you definitely can with some teams. Inspired, it's good DR for the... Like, it's not really good, actually. It's kind of a bad card. It's only for you, and it's when you're near veteran, and that doesn't really happen all that much. And 32% isn't very good for master, so it's not that great. Gambit plus Grenade Satchel. If you want to run Lockerless, you could take off Spotter support or something. I also ran a game without Boom Shot, custom Boom Shot, but I think you should keep it on with the grenade build. But yeah, that's about it for demo. You run the boom, the GL. You could run the torque bow, the drop shot. I like the torque bow because the torque bow will regenerate pretty quick with the ammo gen at level 10. And that's about it. Thanks for watching.